Okay, all right. So I have collected some of the problems regarding quadratic function, and I'm going to solve them, briefly explaining each of the sums. So the first question says, find the range of values of x which satisfy the following inequalities. Uh, question number 1 and 1a, x plus 2, x plus 2, x minus 3 is greater than 0. So the formal process of solving this type of inequalities is to write the critical values first. Critical values, and by critical values we mean we have to consider each of them separately as 0. So if you consider x plus 2 to be 0, so you get x is minus 2, x is negative 2, and if you consider x minus 3 to be 0, you get x is equal to 3. X plus 2, if we take x plus 2 is 0, then we get x equals to negative 3. If we consider x minus 3 is equal to 0, then we get x is equal to 3. These parts can be done mentally without really writing down on paper. So there are two critical values, x is minus 2 and x is 3. So what will be the range? What shape is this function is? If you expand this function, you will see it looks like x squared minus x minus 6, and so you can clearly see that the coefficient of x squared here is positive, plus 1. There is no number in front of x squared. Absence of any number indicates there is 1 as a coefficient. So the coefficient is positive, the coefficient of x squared is positive, so this will be a U-shaped graph. It will be a U-shaped graph, and it will cut the x-axis in 2 points. One is negative 2 and one is 3, as shown by the critical values. So our answer will be, and the question tells us it will be greater than 0. So we will take these parts of the graph. X is greater than 3 or x is less than negative 2. So our final answer will be x is less than negative 2 or x is greater than 3. What is the second question? X minus 4 times x plus 7 is less than 0. X minus 4 and x plus 7. X minus 4, x plus 7 is less than 0. Let's write the critical values first. X is equal to 4, x is equal to negative 7. You should be able to see mentally that if you expand this expression, the coefficient of x squared is again 1. It's a positive number, so it's a U-shaped graph. U-shaped graph cuts the x-axis in 2 points. One is negative 7, this one is negative 7, and this one is 4. And the question asks us to find the range of x for which the expression is less than 0. So less than 0 is basically the part which is below the x-axis. So we will take from minus 7 to 4. So the range of value of x is greater than minus 7, x is less than 4. That's our answer. Number C, 3 minus 4x, 4 minus 3x. Number C, 3 minus 4x, 4 minus 3x is greater than 0. I have taken this sum. What are the critical values? To find the critical values, you have to consider each of them equal to 0 separately and mentally. I'll try to do it mentally. 3 minus 4x is 0. 3 minus 4x is 0. So 4x is equal to 3. So x will be 3 by 4. So one critical value is 3 by 4. Critical value x is equal to 3 by 4. What about the other one? 4 minus 3x is equal to 0. 3x equals to 4. So x equals to 4 by 3. X is equal to 4 by 3. X is equal to 4 by 3. And what shape is this graph? If you expand this graph, you will see minus 4x and minus 3x. They make 12x square. 12x square. The coefficient of x square is positive, it's 12, so it will be a U-shaped graph. U-shaped graph it is, and it cuts the x-axis at 2 points, 3 by 4 and 4 by 3. 3 by 4 is 0.75, so 3 by 4, 0.75, 4 by 3 is 1.33, so 4 by 3, and it is greater than 0. The question says the value has to be greater than 0, so we have to take this wing and this wing. X is less than 3 by 4 or x is greater than 4 by 3. Why do we write or here? Because x cannot be simultaneously less than 3 by 4 or more than 4 by 3. So x has to be either less than 3 by 4 or x has to be greater than 4 by 3. That's why we write or here. Number D, 2 minus 7x, 7x plus 2. 2 minus 7x, 7x plus 2. That is the question, and they say it's less than 0. Let's write the critical values first. X is 2 by 7. X is equal to minus 2 over 7. And what is the shape of this graph? If you expand even mentally, minus 7x and 7x, they make minus 49x square. Minus 49x square. So there is minus 49 in front of x. So it's the negative number. So this graph will be an inverted graph. Inverted graph cutting the x-axis at 2 points, minus 2 by 7 and 2 by 7. Negative 2 by 7, and maybe I have done something wrong here. X is equal to 2 by 7. This part is correct, and this part is, no, it's alright, 2 by 7. It's less than 0. The question says less than 0, so we have to take this part. X is greater than minus 2 by 7. X is less than 2 by 7. Negative less than 0 means the part below the x-axis. So this part, and this part. X is less than negative 2 by 7 or x is greater than 2 by 7. That's our answer. That was D. Okay, let's try number E. 12x square is greater than or equal to 10 minus 7x. 12x square is greater than or equal to 10 minus 7x. Let's bring all the components to the left hand side. 12x square plus 7x minus 10 is greater than or equal to 0. Now we have to try to factorize it. 12 and 10 make 120. 12 and 10 make 120, and we have to make 7 120 and 7 we can pick 12 and 10 will not work. We can take 8 and 7. Yeah, 8 and 7 will work. 12x square 15x minus 8x minus 10 is greater than or equals to 0. 3x factored out, 4x plus 5 minus 2, 4x plus 5 greater than or equals to 0. So 4x plus 5 times 3x minus 2 greater than or equals to 0. We have to write the critical values here. Critical values: x is equal to minus 5 by 4, x is equal to 2 by 3. What shape of graph is this? It's a U-shaped graph because the coefficient of x squared here is 12. It's a positive number, so it will be a U-shaped graph. and it will cut the x-axis at 2 points, -5/4 and 2/3. So what is the answer? X is less than -5/4 or x is greater than 2/3. Why these two parts? Because the question asks for greater than or equal to 0. So the portion above the x-axis should be taken an answer. Less than equal to, because the question says greater than or equals to. That's the answer of E. Number F, 2x squared plus 7x is greater than or equal to 4. 2x squared plus 7x greater than or equals to 4. Two x squared plus 7x minus 4 is greater than or equals to 0. Then we have to factorize it. We have to make -8. So 2x squared plus 8x minus x minus 4 is greater than or equals to 0. 2x x plus 4 -1 x plus 4 is greater than or equals to 0. So x plus 4, 2x minus 1 is greater than or equals to 0. So what are the critical values? X is equal to -4 or x is greater than x or x is half. Let's write the critical values first. It's a U-shaped graph because the coefficient of x squared is positive 2. It will be U-shaped graph cutting the x-axis at 2 points, one at -4 and one at half. So what is the answer? Greater than 0, this portion and this portion of the curve. X is less than -4, less than or equals to -4, or x is greater than or equals to half. Let's take a tough example. What about number 4? It says find the range of values of x for which the expression 2x squared plus 5x minus 12 is positive, and find the minimum value of the expression. 2x squared plus 5x minus 12 has to be positive. Number 4. Two x squared plus 5x minus 12, it has to be positive, means it has to be greater than 0. 2x squared plus 5x minus 12. They want it to be positive, and we have to find the range of values of x. Okay, our working proceeds as before. We want to factorize it. 2x squared plus 8x minus 3x minus 12 greater than 0. 2x x plus 4 minus 3 x plus 4 is greater than 0. X plus 4, 2x minus 3 is greater than 0. What are the critical values? X is equal to -4, x is equal to 3/2. So they say they want it to be greater than 0. It's a U-shaped graph, definitely, because the coefficient of x squared here is positive. So where does the curve intersect x-axis? At -4 and at 3/2. And they want the expression to be positive, so we have to take the portion of the curve which is above the x-axis. X is less than -4 and x is less than -4, or x is greater than 3/2. So that's our answer. And they also asked what is the minimum value of this expression. To find the minimum value of the expression, since it's a minimum curve, we have to find its minimum point. What is the minimum value of this expression? Or in other words, what is the minimum point? What is the minimum? What is the coordinates of the minimum point? the y coordinate of this minimum point. And to find the minimum point of a quadratic function, we can either differentiate it, but we will not differentiate here. We will rather resort to the process of completing square. 2x squared plus 5x minus 12, we have to complete its square. 2x squared plus 5x minus 12. Let's complete it. Let's complete the square in the usual format. Let's take 2 factored out from the first two terms. 2x squared plus 2 times x times 5 by 4 plus 5 by 4 squared minus 5 by 4 squared. The bracket is closed, and then negative 12. So 2x plus 5 by 4 squared minus 25 over 16. Where does this part come from? And then negative 12. So if we multiply with 2x plus 5 by 4 square, 2 times negative 25 by 16 is negative 25 by 8, and then negative 12, minus 12. So as the final line, we get 2 times x plus 5 by 4 square minus 25 by 8 minus 12. Minus negative 25 by 8 minus 12, and they make minus 121 over 8. So this is the completed square. So the coefficient of the so the coordinates of the minimum point of this graph will be minus 5 by 4. This part has to be considered as 0, and x will be negative 5 by 4, and y is minus 121 by 8. So negative 5 by 4 and minus 121 by 8. Negative 5 by 4, negative 121 by 8. That's the minimum point. So this is the minimum value of this expression, negative 121 by 8. Let's check 2x squared plus 5x minus 12. Wow, what does the graph look like? So here we are, plus 5x minus 12. So that's the U-shaped graph. And what is the minimum point? Minus 1.25 minus 5 by 4 in fraction, in decimal negative 1.25, and negative 15.125, which is negative 121 by 8. So our answer here is correct.